Hello, I'm Chloe Oracle. Thank you so much for tuning in today to your Cosmic Energy Forecast. Today we'll be working with the Gill Tarot. This is by Josephine Gill. It's published by US Games in 1989. So this is a vintage deck. Beautiful paintings. And as you know, I love the cohesion that happens when the artist and the author of the tarot deck are the same person. So there is an invitation. There's an invitation on the table um, to speak your truth. There's a difficult conversation that you have a knowing that needs to happen, and you are invited to trust your intuition and speak your truth. There is a difficult conversation on the table, potentially. Um, you're not sure if this is something that you should be speaking about, a conversation that wants to be had. This is your invitation, the affirmation that this is the time to speak your truth. This is the time to take that step and have the more difficult conversation. This could bring about some completion within the cycle of that relationship. The relationship could end, or it could begin a new cycle. This will be different for different people tuning in. Doesn't necessarily indicate the end of a relationship, but if you know the relationship needs to end and having that conversation, now is definitely the time to have it. We're in the spring eclipse portal now, so we have this opportunity, of course, to collapse timelines, to move on to the next timeline, begin the new cycle. Time sometimes will slow down in these periods, sometimes it'll speed up, but this is an opportunity for sure to move on to the next iteration of that relationship. There's no way to know what will be on the other side until we have that difficult conversation. So this is your invitation to go forward and make that happen, to see what's on the other side. And as I said, it's not just about the relationship ending. There could very much be a new cycle within that relationship. It's time to turn the page and see what the next chapter holds after this conversation is had. So very much trusting your intuition, accepting the completion of the current phase, okay? Knowing this is what needs to happen. And when we trust ourselves and we take those steps, we are rewarded with more aligned opportunities and more aligned relationships, and a more aligned next phase of current relationships, right? So very much trusting our intuition, receiving the cosmic guidance, integrating that, speaking the truth, understanding that things that are meant to end will end, and grieving that loss as well is what's on the table. So just because things didn't work out and they were not meant to work out doesn't mean we don't feel pain, doesn't mean we don't feel grief or suffering for what once was, what may have been, right? So holding yourself, holding that space for yourself to allow yourself to grieve during this time is very important as well too. So invitation to feel the feelings, which is very much aligned with the cosmic energy of the eclipse portal as well, right? So knowing that it's okay to let go. It's okay to speak our truth. It's okay to allow things to end, and it's okay to feel grief for that ending. And when we're able to process those feelings, transmute that pain into wisdom, and move on to the next chapter.